And welcome back to another benchmark, and today we are...
Hello darkness, my old friend.
1 hour later.
And welcome back to another benchmark. I just turned on Nvidia Shadows, as you can see. It's a nice one. Not funny, yeah. I'm testing 6 GB of RAM. How this can be 6 GB of RAM? Of course, this is 8 GB of RAM DDR4, which I will use to limit in MSCONFIG at 6 GB of RAM, and now we will see and that. So let's begin. This looks really funny, but I don't have another solution, so sorry guys. So yes, now we are in a desktop and I will change 8 GB of RAM to 6 GB of RAM in MSCONFIG, as you can see. 6144, I think so. So restart. And yes, I limited at 6 GB of RAM. As I said, I'm testing with GT1630 and i5-10400. Games are on hard drive while OS is on SSD. I'm not using extra page file memory. All games will be run with the lowest settings and 1080p resolution, so all stutters you will see will come only from RAM. Will it be enough for 2022? We will see it now, so let's begin with these benchmarks. Of course, I will test GTA 5, we are at 1080p resolution, normal settings, without advanced, of course, to see frames. All stutters you will see it will come only from RAM, not from GPU, not from CPU. I'm using normal settings, that is a low settings, so yes, these are the lowest settings I can use in the game. So 6 GB of RAM for GTA 5 will be enough. I saw so many comments that even 8 GB of RAM isn't enough for GTA 5. People just know minimum system requirements for GTA 5 is 4 GB of RAM. So you can find a video on my channel. I tested the GTA 5 in 2021 with 4 GB of RAM. I used hard drive. Game was on hard drive, so anyway, GTA 5 is from 2015, but now I will test something newer. So now we are in God of War. We are testing with 1080p resolution, FSR 2.0 balanced and low settings, of course. In left corner you can notice that I add game usage, and that is how much RAM game will use, and yes, that is around 4 GB of RAM. This in a total 5.7 GB of RAM. That would be almost everything. But okay. So yes, I need to post something. What is this? I don't know. But okay. Game is using around 2.5 GB of RAM, which is pretty weird, and I need to check that. So yes, 2.5 GB of RAM. This is pretty close. I think that 100 megabytes is different, so it is not big deal. Anyway, this is pretty playable with 6 GB of RAM. Of course, with better GPU you will get higher frame rate, and that's it for God of War. So yes, we move to the next thing. It will be interesting to see Elden Ring on 6 GB of RAM. Last time when I tested RAM in Elden Ring, I tested with 4 GB of RAM, and that was a pretty damn good experience. Playable experience, I mean. So yes, we are in Elden Ring. We are using 1080p resolution with low settings, of course. It is GT1630 with 6 GB of RAM. We saw stutters right now. Can I kill you? I can't. Probably. Of course I can. Anyway, it's still, I think it's playable, but I don't know. With even 4 GB of RAM I got playable experience, so... Hi! No resting for you. Sorry, I will be good. Hello, man on horse. Can you borrow me your horse? Oh, no, you can't. You want to kill me, of course. Bro, why you kill me? With 6 GB of RAM, you can easily play Elden Ring, of course with low settings if you have decent GPU and decent CPU. Now it's time to move to the next game, definitely. So, Saints Row. Saints Row from 2022, 1080p resolution, low settings, and let's start. The game is using around 4 GB of RAM, and that would be probably double than GTA 5. And I even feel the stutters. I feel the stutters, but what if we drive? Of course, stutters are everywhere. This game is totally broken, so don't expect playable FPS. Playable experience with 6 GB of RAM will be probably awful. First, this game doesn't have big map. Graphics are nothing special. It looks like a game from 2012. But still, game is using around 4 GB of RAM, which is too much for this game. It's too much, and even if RAM is not maxed out, I feel the stutters everywhere when I'm driving. So Red Dead Redemption said that my computer does not meet the minimum requirements. Memory RAM specification, of course, okay. So Red Dead Redemption is using almost 4 GB of RAM in menu, so what we can expect in game. So 1080p low settings with FSR 2.0 quality, and that's it. And the game is using around 3 GB of RAM, which is lower than usage in menu. Probably game is more optimized than menu. I don't know. I am not smart. Anyway, this is a pretty decent game. Is using around 3.5 GB of RAM. Okay. Okay. Okay, what did you just said? Okay. I have problem. Yes, I have. Now they wanted me. So minimum system requirements for Red Dead Redemption will be 80 GB of RAM, but the game is working excellent with 6 GB of RAM. If you have GPU with 4 GB of VRAM, get out. Now is mine. You broke my horse. Now this is a mine. And yes, this will be pretty enough. So Forza Horizon 5 also said that system memory doesn't meet the minimum requirements, so yes, ignore it. Okay, now we are in Forza Horizon 5, running low on system memory. Okay, don't show message again. We are testing with 1080p resolution and low settings, which are not the lowest settings. Okay. So yes, this game requires 8 GB of RAM. 8 GB of RAM, and Forza Horizon 5 said to us that we don't have enough RAM. Okay, but game is using around 2.5 GB of RAM, and I don't feel any status at all. Here is more demanding, as you can see, because of frames. Game is using same 2.5 GB of RAM. I don't feel any stutters. This is pretty decent and totally playable. One little stutter I didn't notice, so I think that we need to move to the next game. This is just to see here, maybe it will be some stutters. Come on, stutters. No, nothing. So we are using 1080p resolution with low settings, resolution scaling with V100, and that's it. So Days Gone now GPU is, thanks God, fully used, because this game is CPU intensive. Even if it's i5-10400, I didn't expect fully used GPU. So game is using around 4 GB of RAM. It's a lot, bro. But of course it's a big open world game, so I notice the stutters at start, but it is nothing serious, not big deal. Okay. Okay, this is pretty playable, and we have sniper dash, of course. Come on, guys, come on. I don't want to kill you, but I need to. Okay, you are good. And are you good? Yes, you are not good.
Mike,
Okay,
I
okay.
found them and
I'm out of the form.
hey Mike, I found them and they won't
Top
be coming
man.
back.
Holy man, how did bike end up here? I don't really know. I need to fix my bike. So yes, this here is playable. It's playable for me and for you and for everyone, for sure. So okay, move to the next game. So yes, we are in Cyberpunk now and we are testing 1080p resolution with low settings and FSR balanced, and that will be enough. Okay, game is using around 2.5 gigabytes of RAM, which is pretty unusual from Cyberpunk, and it's pretty playable for now with 6 gigabytes of RAM, even if this game requires 8 gigabytes of RAM. This is absolutely great experience if you ask me. So yes, RAM is not even maxed out. Okay. So I didn't feel too much status, but it's playable. My every second word is playable. What is this game? This game is playable. Is this game good? Yes, it's good and it's playable. So, what the hell we are doing here? We are just checking. Is it playable? Are you playable?
How rude.
Yes, no. No. Okay. Now I will kill you. Oh, you also have gun. Okay. Okay. Okay, this was a nice one. So, I didn't feel status at all when I'm shooting, so it's same shit, bro, same shit. For CSGO, I don't need to use hover settings, for sure. I will use just high settings, it will be enough. Okay, okay, we are going, guys. Cuka bljat. Okay, cuka bljat, cuka bljat. Cuka bljat, you died, bro, you died. Let's go to the next one. Okay, okay, cuka bljat. Okay, you clean that shit, bro. Okay, I clean him. Okay, cuka bljat again. Cuka bljat, come on, guys, come on. Motherfucker. Motherfucker. Cuka bljat. Now I will kill everyone. Okay. Okay.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
This guy killing chicken here, bro. Unbelievable. So we are in Mafia Definitive Edition and we are using 1080p resolution and low settings, and to see, game is using now 2.5 gigabytes of RAM, and as you saw, stutters, of course. This game is require 8 gigabytes of RAM and we are playing at 6, but it's playable anyway. So yes, this is a nice one. Now to see, will it be a frame drops or stutters or something like that. Now it's good. And now game is using 3 gigabytes of RAM. So if you want to play this game with 6 gigabytes of RAM, that will be probably playable experience. Of course, if you have pretty decent GPU and CPU like I have now. Of course, it is not the best, but I just wanted to make more realistic situation, even if anyway all stutters you can see comes from RAM. So now we are in GTA San Andreas Definitive Edition. We are using low settings with 1080p resolution, and just see frames. Of course, game is using 1 gigabyte of RAM, which is expectable. Anyway, frames are stable most of the time, while in situation when is not stable, that is not coming from RAM, and it is not problem with RAM or CPU GPU, that is problem with the game, because this game is absolutely worse than original one. So everything is like, I don't know, shit. Maybe shit is decent word for this. So yes, we are testing Spider-Man. We are using 1080p resolution with FSR 2.0 balanced with low settings, without deep of field. So in menu we can see that game is using close to 3 gigabytes of RAM. Now we will see in game. So this game also requires 8 gigabytes of RAM, a little more than 3 gigabytes of RAM, but I think that moving through the city will be a status for sure, as you saw. Now somehow game is using under 3 gigabytes of RAM. RAM is not even maxed out, and that is, I don't know, is that good or bad, but anyway, game is totally playable. I think at start I noticed a few stutters and a little more after, so yep. Hi, are you my friend? Yes, you are my friend. Give me a 5. Give me a 5. I can pass through the people. Okay, that's absolutely normal. And this is also normal. So we are in Far Cry 6 now. We are testing with 1080p low settings and FSR quality, which will be enough for 60 frames per second. Yes. I don't feel any status for now. Don't be surprised, this is a third person. That is because mission. Here will be first person, as I thought. So yes, this is pretty normal. This game is also require 8 gigabytes of RAM. So yes, jump. Okay. No, detach. I survived. Okay. This is pretty unreal, but okay. Anyway, this game is running with couple stutters sometimes. It's 6 gigabytes of RAM, keep in mind. Graphic is so beautiful and nice. For me, this one is better than Far Cry 5 and 4. Okay, what I just did, I don't know. Now it's good. But anyway, this is a pretty decent for 6 gigabytes of RAM. I didn't expect those performance, so move to the next game.
I think El Tigre said the Garbies were simple.
So we are in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. We are testing 1080p resolution with low settings. And yes. Set frame counter and let's start. I don't feel any status. This game also requires 8 gigabytes of RAM, so this is for now excellent. It can be better than this. Okay, I can go there, but can I go with this way? Yes, I can. Okay, I will die here. Yes, I will die. I don't know why I can't jump from top of the building. Even if this game is not very optimized, this is a pretty decent experience for 6 gigabytes of RAM. So yes, this is also playable with 6 gigabytes of RAM, believe or not. I don't feel any status yet for now, but... So anyway, I will end up here. Thanks for watching my video. Subscribe to my channel if you don't like this video, dislike, and see you next time. Bye.